Hello folks. Are you internally suffering from the pressures of your daily life? Have no fear because
welcome to
Advice with Disha. Warning, all opinions are subjective. Don't sue me. I don't claim responsibility for anything. Thanks, bye.
Today is the first episode of Yes. I'll be answering your advice. No. I'll be giving advice to you guys. Yeah, everything I say, take with a grain of salt. I did get a lot of questions, but I'll try to get through them all. Yeah, let's start. First question, stop procrastinating tips. I love this one because I am a procrastinator. Everybody procrastinates. But what we can do is honestly just making a schedule. Like when you get up in the morning, write down a list of things that you want to have done by the end of the day, and you gotta commit yourself to that and make sure that you get those things done. It doesn't have to be a long list, it can just be a few things, but you just have to make sure that you get those done no matter what. Make sure you're in an environment where you can focus and where you can study and do all your work. Oh, and also take breaks and drink water.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes
She did.
I just don't want to do anything. I use this method called the 5-second rule. And so basically in my head, I give myself a countdown. 5 seconds, I'm gonna sit in my chair. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I always tell myself that I have to get there before 1. And it just works. It just works. Like, I feel like, I don't know, the world might explode if I don't. So 5, 4, 3, 2, you get to your desk. There, now you're already halfway there. And so you keep giving yourself these 5-second countdowns, and soon you find that you're kind of in the zone and you just keep working. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
Moving on. Do you think being pretty is a problem? Yes and no. Wait, before you cancel me, I have an explanation. You can't control how you look, but you can control how you act based off the way you look. I think the most problematic thing that can happen is the ego. Your ego is so...
She's loading, just wait.
Important? I don't know. What is the word I'm looking for? But your ego, it really makes up who you are. I mean, it's different than confidence. Like, confidence is fine. It's arrogance and it's conceit. That is what makes it different. Like, wow, you're really in love with yourself. Like, good for you. But also, don't make that your personality. What you look like shouldn't really affect the way you act, right? Just because you're pretty or conventionally attractive doesn't mean you are better.
Moral of story. Just don't act like a beach.
How to tell your crush you like them. Okay, I got a lot of these questions about like, oh, I like this boy, I like this girl, should I tell them? Once again, yes and no. It really depends on the situation. I will say this though, if you never ask, the answer is always no. And if you never ask, then you'll never know. Moral of the story, live, laugh, love. You only live once, YOLO.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, like, what is the worst thing that can happen? I feel like this is not a good question to ask me, but what I would do is assess the situation. Like, are you good friends with them? If you are, will telling them ruin the friendship? And if yes, then maybe like take a step back and reevaluate. But if no, if they're just like this person that you've been admiring from afar, then just go for it.
A tutorial for how to tell someone you like them. You don't.
Like, literally just go for it. Like, if they say, no, you're gross, you're disgusting, I hope you get run over by a bus, well, now you know. Or you can just run away and never talk to them ever again. To be honest, I can't answer that for you because honestly, I don't even know. So you're on your own for that one, but good luck. Girl, don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Oh my god.
I love this. You are a queen. Can I be your servant? Whoever said that, the answer is no, you cannot be my servant. The real question is, can I be your servant? Someone from school has sent me a death threat. What should I do? Okay. I feel like kids are just stupid in general, so if it's a death threat, it probably doesn't mean anything. But at the same time, you don't want to ignore it to the point where it might actually be an actual death threat. Tell somebody you trust. If you don't tell somebody, that's giving the person who told you that death threat a green light to keep doing that to other people, and that's not okay. You can't just go around telling people that you're gonna kill them. You have to make sure that your health and your safety is priority. So yeah, stop. Like, needs to be stopped. So there are some questions about friends, like wanting friends, wanting to get back together with toxic friends. I think the most important thing if you want friends is really being yourself and being authentic. You don't want to fake your personality or be somebody that you think other people will like, because number one, you're not gonna be very comfortable with them, and number two, they're not your real friends if they don't like you for you. You know, be open-minded and be nice to everybody. I mean, that's like obvious. Just be nice to people. Don't be afraid to approach people and to talk to them, because most of the time they're probably afraid of approaching you. So take the first step, you know. Also remember that you don't really need friends. Like, you don't. So if you don't have any friends, like, don't worry. You will find your friend group eventually. It took me a long time to figure out that I don't need anybody in my life and that I'm not gonna beg my way into somebody else's life. I used to try to force myself into friend groups, and that would result in me getting bullied. And I wondered why. Like, when you're putting out that kind of energy, that's almost like,
Let me be your friend.
like, people don't want that kind of energy around. And if they want to be part of your lives, then they will make that effort to be a part of your lives. I kind of like having no friends. Well, not really a close group of friends, because you're not involved in any drama. You get to sit on the sidelines and watch the drama. Toxic friends. Honestly, it's up to you. You can give them a second chance if you want, but just remember, people's actions speak louder than their words. They can say that they'll do better, that they'll be a better friend to you. But if their actions don't match up with what they say, it's time to drop them. Because you don't need that toxicity in your life. I'd rather have nobody in my life than have a toxic person. It's just so draining, period. Having no confidence or being super introverted, I think confidence is really the journey of self-discovery and self-growth. You know, you don't just become confident in one day. It takes time, and it takes time of getting to know yourself and being comfortable with yourself and truly happy with who you are. It really is a process, and to be confident, you have to spend some more time with yourself, spend some more time doing the things that you love, being nicer to yourself, and remembering that everybody is self-conscious about themselves. When you walk into a room and you think everybody's looking at you, they're all worried about other people looking at them. You can do whatever you want, and just remember that, like, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares because they're too worried about themselves. I used to walk into a classroom or into a room and I would feel really nervous because I would think everybody would be staring at me and judging me. And it turns out I was just making up all these scenarios in my head and overthinking. It's alright to feel unconfident. It's alright to feel like people are judging you, because that's normal. I used to feel like that a lot, but I just realized that I was just sabotaging myself, you know? People weren't actually thinking those things, but I was convincing myself that they were. Stop comparing yourself with other people, because you really have no idea what's going on in their lives. Really just focus on yourself. Focus on your goals, what you're aiming for. And remember that you decide the version of who you are. You can literally be a whole different person tomorrow. How can you care less? Just stop caring.
Wow, never thought of that before. OMG.
Realizing that people are gonna judge you no matter what, and that their judgments are just judgments. They shouldn't matter to you at all, because you know who you are and you are the main character in your life. Act like it. And I'm not saying act like you're better than anybody else. Know that life will go on, and it's okay if you mess up, and it's okay if you're embarrassed about something, because chances are the next day, the next week, the next month, nobody's gonna remember. You're not even gonna remember it. Just live life the way you want it. You are the main character. You are in control of your life, and you can decide if you let other people's opinions and judgments get into your head. Also, kids are mean. Kids are mean, and they'll say anything to try to pull you down. So what you can do is just to flick them off. They're like pesky mosquitoes, right? They'll try to suck your blood. You just gotta squish, smack. Like, don't actually smack them, but smack away their opinions, because they don't matter at all. You know that you are Lil Shorty the baddest. Like, who cares what they think? Don't let them live rent-free in your mind. Don't let them be that important to you, because they're not. They're irrelevant. And to the one person who said you're not confident enough to post on Instagram, same thing. Literally post whatever you want. I feel like there's a lot of that anxiety around wanting to not be judged on social media. The same thing applies. Like, don't be afraid that they're gonna be annoyed by you. You can't live life in fear of what other people will think. You just gotta do it. And also, followers don't matter. Like, followers that literally don't matter at all. Do things for you, not for what you think other people want to see from you. I think everybody should do a social media cleansing. Go through your followers list, go through who you're following, and just block or take out the people that don't make you feel good about yourself. Even if you're friends with them, like, it doesn't matter. If they make you feel bad about yourself, remove them. You don't need them in your life. You got to... I feel like someone's outside my door. Why do I feel like somebody's outside my door? Nobody was outside my door. I think that's it for today. I might do a part 2, part 3, I don't know. If people continue asking me a lot of questions, then I might just continue making episodes of advice videos, if that's what you guys want. The link to ask a question will be in the description, so if you guys have anything, you can just put it there and I'll try my best to answer it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.